Morning, this is Brian. Today is Wednesday, September 4th, 2024. And I'm here in Rancho Bernardo in San Diego. Not much light because it's pretty dark. Getting ready for another heat wave, so getting my hiking done this week early. I'm going to try to climb up at least a couple of small hills today. I am here on Camino de los Lobos, ready to head towards Bernardo Center. Try to climb up this one peak bagger summit called Sol Benchmark, S-O-L. Try to see if that'll work for me today. And maybe climbing another hill or two, maybe later. See how this works out. So I'm walking up towards Bernardo Center. Then I'm going to go climb up this first hill again called Sol Benchmark. And that'll be my first peak climb of the day. I'm parked here because this is where street parking is found. And then we'll see that there are a couple other hills south of here I'm thinking about hitting up. So we'll see how that works out. I'll see you when I'm at the start of the trail. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bear right here. I can't even read what it says. Avenida Abeja, B Avenue. So this is Los Lobos. I'm gonna head over here, cross at the light, turn left, walk a little bit down, and my first hill will be up there. Sol Benchmark is up there. Should be able to pick up a couple trails to get up there. I'm gonna go ahead and cross here. Right here on Avenida Abeja, right off of Camino de los Lobos. Alright, now I gotta start looking for is a pathway that leads up this way. Follow that uphill. And let's see if I could find that. I'm still walking on Bernardo Center right now. Try not to film as much on the roadways. It's probably not that exciting to watch me walking on a surface street. But actually, quite a bit of this walking is going to be involved on surface streets. So I'm going to look for this little trail. I believe this is it right here, actually. Let me see. I believe this is it right here, actually. So this should be my trailhead. Making sure there's no private property sign, which I don't see any. I think this is actually an open space area, I believe. On Google Earth, it said Christopher Hill Open Space, so interesting. All right, well. Time to climb at least get to this first hill here. Not planning on making an all-day outing because it's going to be downright hot. All right. So I parked where I parked for logistical reasons, especially considering I'm planning on visiting a peak, possibly a hill or two down by where I parked, a little further back. And it would kind of be midpoint. All right. do see a fence over here. I wonder if that's going to be a factor later. If it is, it's going to be pretty disappointing. Alright, time to get around this laurel sumac. It's pretty overgrown here. We'll see. All right, keep working my way up this and keep you updated. All right, I'm gonna go up this little side path here and see what's going on. Appears to be a use trail going up this way. Let me see. Very overgrown over here. Extremely overgrown, actually. Very interesting. Wow, yeah. Ooh, boy. I'm beginning to wonder. Some old chair over here. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, this is very overgrown. Trying to see this is the way I'm supposed to go. That's extremely overgrown over here. Huh. Yeah, boy, maybe this isn't the way I'm supposed to go? I don't know. I have a feeling this is going to kind of end in a no-go here. Ay, ay, ay. Trying to see here. Yeah, it's kind of just leading up to this barbed wire fence here. The summit here is on Peakbagger. Maybe I'll just follow this old abandoned road or whatever this is as far as I can. Kind of peters out over here. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah. I have to find an alternative way to get up here. I'm not going for that fence. A, I don't know if that's property boundary, and B, I'm not trying to rip up my stuff. It's kind of disappointing, actually. My other hill would be over there, hill 921. Wouldn't be surprised if it's the same setup. Well, this is kind of disappointing. I was hoping this was going to lead up to a followable use trail. I didn't realize, well, there was a use trail that was on the other side of the fence. In fact, I'll show it to you. But yeah, it's kind of sad. Yeah, because I took this little scuffed path right here because this old, I guess it's an old power line road or something, is pretty much eroded. So I went up this, and there's the barbed wire right there, and on the other side, a use trail goes up the hill. That was kind of disappointing. I was kind of hoping this would be a thing. I don't remember reading about any property issues, but again, I am not trying to get myself snagged on that fence and A, trespass, or B, especially B, get myself all tore up with rusty fence wires. So I'm going to try to see if my other alternatives will be available. This is not going to lie, I'm kind of disappointed. I was hoping this was going to be a nice little 3-summit outing. Yeah, this so up the top of here is supposed to be an old benchmark. If I remember correctly, I don't know if the benchmark is visible, but yeah, it's Sol benchmark, S-O-L, Sol, sun, Latin, Spanish, Sol. It's supposed to be Sol benchmark. It's supposed to be on top of this hill, and it's about 929 feet or 932. Peak Bagger says 932, but the topo map says 929 is the spot elevation on top. Of course, you really can't see barbed wired fences from Google Earth imagery. And looking at Google Earth imagery, probably, if it weren't for this fence, I would be able to get up there. But like I said, I'm not tearing my clothes, risking tetanus on that really rusty old fence. So I guess my first one is kind of a bust, unless I find another way up there. Let's get past this laurel sumac really quickly. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, kind of disappointed. Kind of looking forward to hitting some new benchmarks and peaks, especially now while it's nice and, well, relatively comfortable out. It's in the mid, probably about 65, 66 right now, Fahrenheit. Oh well. So I'm gonna go walk back to where I parked and go back the other way on Los Lobos and then get on Paseo Montañoso and try to see if I can get up to hill 921. One thing is you get a great view of Black Mountain from here, over near Rancho Penasquitos. Get a really good view of Black Mountain. Beautiful view of Black Mountain. That was one of the 5 summits I hit the last time I was there. One of them being that small subsidiary peak right there, Peak 1376. And then I was up on some of those hills there, and that's Ebony benchmark right there at 1,083 feet. That was going to be the first peak I hit that day. I was back in 2022, December 2022, but the parking access was signed off as private property, so I went and parked at one of the trailheads. I think it was the Glider Port trailhead. Hiked up to 1376, Black Mountain, then went over to Little Black Mountain, Manzanita Loop Hill, and then Ebony, and then back. Kind of a crazy out and back type hike with some looping at the end. Alright, I'm going to start heading back down to Bernardo Center and see if I can get to the other 2 hills I wanted to hike. Alright, I'm going to walk a little bit further down Bernardo Center, see if there's another port of entry possible to get up there. I'm not counting on it, but I'm going to take just a short walk and see. Just a short one. I guess while I'm doing that, I guess I could botanize a little bit. An African sumac, Sayarcea lancea, planted here on the side of the hill. And then, got these camphor trees here, Cinnamon and Camphora, providing a nice little spout of shade for people walking along this road on a warm day. So I'm just going to walk down this a little bit. This will give me a little bit more elevation gain. Wasn't looking at a very long day, especially because of the heat, but I was looking to get something in before the heat kicks in later on, which it will with full force. So interesting though, very interesting. Oh, I got native toyons planted here. Pretty cool. Yeah, ebony benchmark. I think that was the last summit I hit when I did the Black Mountain Open Space Park 5 Summit Tour. This is roughly the title of that video. Oh, look out here, a Torrey pine. Nice. Yeah, Black Mountain. I've always admired that. I've always admired that since I was a kid. Always thought that was one of the coolest summits. Oh well. Let's see. There's not any port of entry on this side, which I don't think there is. I'm just going to walk it just for a minute or two. Then I'm just going to turn around and head back towards the way I came. And try my luck at least another hill or two over that way. So I'm on Cayenne Ridge Road, looking for a possible port of entry. Yeah, I think this will be my turnaround point. I don't think I'm going to push this one too far. Oh well. Yeah, that's where Bernardo Center is right there. Just wanted to check over here if there were an alternative. Wanted to see if there were an alternative, but I guess I'll go back up Bernardo Center. And very nice conifers here. Beautiful Torrey pines. Very beautiful Torrey pines. And then we got some what they call African fern pine, which is not a pine, but it is a conifer. This is Aphocarpus gracilior. Very nice one planted along the side here, mixed in with the Torrey pines for a mixed conifer effect. Gotta respect it. Some good planting. Good planting. Beautiful trees here. But all right. So now I gotta do is go back up Bernardo Center Drive. I can't get over that. Look how beautiful Black Mountain is. I love climbing that one. I gotta go back up there when the weather cools off a little bit. Or if I get one of these early starts. Again. Yeah. Oh well. I'm gonna go turn left back on from Cayenne Ridge back to Bernardo Center. Start working my way back to that traffic light. Those are birds of paradise. Strelitzia reginae. Yep. Yep, bird of paradise. The flower of the tropics. Yep. And then there's a much taller giant bird of paradise that is tall and arborescent. Get up to at least 20 feet tall, maybe even 30 feet tall, and has more of a white and bluish colored flower. That's Strelitzia nicolai. Alright. At least I'll get some little bit of workout in, even if I don't hit any of these peaks. So I'm gonna do some more research, because apparently there's supposed to be a county preserve there, from what I understood, or an open space called Christopher Hill. If you look on the imagery for Google Earth. So there's got to be a way to get up there. And I want to find that way because I want to get back there. I'm going to consider this one closed for now and do some research. And now I can approach it for an alternative climb. But, all right. Keep heading back. Then I'll get up, start climbing up back to where I'm parked. All right, back on Avenida Abeja. I'm going to start working my way back up De Los Lobos, up that way. Well, there's the hill. There's the other hill right there, Hill 921. That's going to be my next attempt over there. And there's a really small hill over there, over on the other side. It's about 820 feet up. So we'll see. Give it the old college try. See if this works out. But yeah, my hill will be up here. That's Hill 921. It's also listed on Peak Bagger. So I'm still heading down Camino de los Lobos. Then I'm going to bank a left onto Paseo Montañoso. See if I can try to find a way to get up there. Wish me luck. I'm 0 for 1 right now. Look at this. Mediterranean fan palm. Camerops humilis. Very nice. Yes, I always admire all the street trees when I'm walking around. That's just what I do. Alright. So let's see here. Looking for Montañoso. It's right over here. I'm going to go ahead and bear left here. Let's see where this leads. Hopefully to a hill climb. Alright, so this is Hill 921 here. Let's hope that this works. Kind of hoping this does. Would be nice. There should be another hill. Let's see if this works. I don't know. Find out soon enough. Nice Peruvian pepper trees here. We got here holly oak. Yeah, Quercus ilex. Developing acorns too. Alright, let's see if this is going to work. And there's another hill over here, 820. Might take a look at that one first and see if that's doable. Hope so. Noticing some nice coast live oaks along the side of the road here too. He's got acorns on him too. Really cool. Alright. I think I should be nearing the drainage culvert soon. Should go up and then gonna bear to the left at that. Try to find a use trail up there. But we'll see if this works. So far again, 0 for 1. Alright, so that's my drainage culvert right there. Try to see if that's followable. I want to see if I get up to 820 first. Should be a quick and easy trip. Hopefully not marked off by private property as well. So we'll see. See if I can find the access. To get up there. Might be at the end of this cul-de-sac. I'm not sure. See, I think it is Calle Corte Montañosa. working my way up to the top of Hill 820. So far, so good. All right. That's my next goal right there. I'm gonna follow the drainage culvert and then break off on the use trail. Get up there. All right. I'm gonna go look for the peak. Should be there pretty soon. This one here is not listed on Peak Bagger. Not even shown on the topo maps, except for just a little blip on a hill, which is all good. At least I'm getting up to one of them. Let's go find the high point. All right, I'm just about to summit something at least. Okay. Just about to summit. Okay, well, this is it. Hill 820. This one's not even listed on Peak Bagger. Well, at least I'm on the summit of something. My first one failed. Not 100% sure about this one yet. We'll see how this works. But start to get a good stable footing up here. All right. Start doing some summit views up here. All right. So I'm going to start by looking north, and there's Palomar Mountain in the background. Beautiful Palomar Mountains, long ridge, very long ridge over there. Then swing it around northwest, and there's Hill 921. This one is on Peak Bagger. Like I said, I'm going to make an attempt and see if it's doable, or at least what I consider doable. Now we're looking, let's see here. Now we're looking west, and it's Broom Backrus right here. Backrus Authorities. Now we're going to be looking at Ebony Benchmark right there, and then Black Mountains behind it. You can barely see the towers behind it, and that should be Manzanita Loop Hill right there, which is a Peak Bagger summit. It's not an officially named summit because the Manzanita Loop Trail circles around that area. Now we're going to look towards the south, and that's looking over towards Sabre Springs Open Space, and North Van Dam Peak is along that ridge. So now we're going to swing it around to the southeast. Well, I can see Lions Peak way off in Hamul. Won't see it too well on camera though. And we're going to swing it around to the east. Sorry for the sun glare. I can see towards Iron Mountain over there. Woodson Mountain's right behind this, right in front of the sun. So I'm not going to spend too much time with that. Got some views up here. Some nice views. Some coastal sage scrub over here. At least I made it up to a summit. Actually, from where I came, this was a little bit of a workout, and it's 95% on paved roads to get up here. Well, sidewalk. But getting up here was a work. Hiking up a suburban neighborhood, Rancho Bernardo area. not that far from Powell, not that far from Rancho Penasquitos. So I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back down. So what I did is I went up Camino, or the Paseo Montañoso. To get up to this one, I just went Paseo Montañoso to Corte Montañoso, a little cul-de-sac. Walked up the cul-de-sac, and at the end found an old service road to get up to this power line or whatever this is, and just hiked up that. Just really short walk to get up here, maybe about 45 feet elevation gain from the end of the cul-de-sac, barely that. And then did a little bushwhacking just to get to the high point here, and this is it right here, Hill 820. So I guess I'm gonna have to do a quick summit selfie, quietly skirt down, see that's skirt down Corte Montañoso, bang a quick left on to Paseo Montañoso, and then see if that that drainage culvert will be a good way to get up there. So we'll see. Yeah, as I'm not left the summit area yet. So here's the little service road I walked to get up to the top, and there's Corte Montañoso right there. That's a real easy walk. Just have to wade through about what, 15-20 yards of brush, coastal sage scrub to get up there. No major bushwhack, just a little mild wading. At least I finally summited something. This isn't a big promontory or anything, but hey, a hill is a hill, a peak is a peak, a mountain is a mountain. Doesn't sound very insightful, but for somebody who really loves climbing summits, it's pretty insightful in my opinion. I just like climbing peaks, what can I say? I'm gonna go ahead and head back down to Corte Montañoso. Like I said, very easy walk if you're parking in the neighborhood, but like I said, where I parked was kind of in between the intended peaks I wanted to climb today, so that I could have a relatively easy logistical experience getting from one spot to another. I was hoping that at the end of my hike I would have a nice leisurely downhill stretch to my car. So yeah, I am going to try for that. Like I said, I'm going to try to follow the drainage culvert and try to get up there, and we'll see how this works. I'll go over to this end of the summit ridge. This hill maybe has about, I'd say about 60 feet of prominence. Nothing big prominence-wise, but do get some pretty decent views up here. So, like I said, I just love climbing hills. What can I say? Climbing hills, peaks, and mountains. To me, it's all what it's about. Getting to the top and enjoying the accomplishment, the views, and of course the plants and animals you see along the way up and down. So let's just call it a W. All right, try this drainage culvert right here. Let's see if this works. Yep, this is what peak climbers do. All right. At least this will provide some stable footing. I believe, at least for now. Ooh. Punti Auricola. Straight wattle. Get naturalized up here. There we go. Pretty interesting. It's pretty steep too. No surprise. Alright. Let's see what happens. Whew, it's a steep culvert. So I'm a little way up. Get some views again towards Black Mountain. Maybe see Otay Mountain way out there. Otay Mountain and San Miguel Mountain way out there to the left of the Van Dam Peak Ridge. Pretty good views so far. There's the hill I just climbed in the foreground right here, Hill 820. It's becoming a little bit of a bushwhack. I'm surprised. Trying to see if I can find a use trail to get up here. Thought there would be one. Let me see. I think I found one. I found it. Let me just follow this a short distance. Yeah, I think I found it. Found a small use trail or something. Here we go. All right. Whew. Old use trail here. I think there's supposed to be an old couch or something on top of this hill. Whatever, right on Peak Bagger. Alright. Woo! Glad I'm doing this early. Trying to do this later. Be way too hot. These are short climbs, but be really hot to do this in the middle of the day. All right, let's see. Let's see. Just following the old break in the non-native weeds. Might be getting near the top already. Wait. Wow. All right, just about to summit this one. Whew. Let's see. Look around a little bit. Well, should be the summit right here. All right. Peak 921. Here's the high point right here. Couch might be on the west side of the summit, I think. Woo! Steep little climb getting up here. I just followed old use trails that other people have used to get up here. Let me see. I'm not going to go any further than this. This is the summit. So, Hill 921. Pretty short climb to get up here. Nothing overly taxing, but there's a little bit of bushwhacking to get up here. That's mostly through when you're going along the culvert. You'll do some bushwhacking there. And then, last little bit to the summit, just a little light, very light, nothing really insane. If it were a complete thrash fest, I probably wouldn't do it. But I just try to follow a path through the non-native weedy plants that live over here. So yeah, we're looking out towards San Marcos, over that way. It's looking northwest right now. And there's, I believe, that should be Manzanita Loop Hill, Ebony Benchmark, as we're looking more towards the southwest. And then there's again Van Dam's Ridge coming up from Sabre Springs, and then looking out northeast towards the interior hills of Powell and Ramona. Good views up here. Take a summit selfie, start working my way down. So what do we have growing up here? I haven't really botanized much on the way up here. I know I botanized a bit along the streets and stuff like that. There's a lot of cool ornamental plants, but of course, the old coastal sage scrub staples: Rhus integrifolia, lemonade berry or lemonade sumac. Still got fruit on them, which is really nice to see. And of course, California sagebrush, probably the most common shrub up here, Artemisia californica, and of course black sage, Salvia mellifera. I do have to add a little botanical element to this. And laurel sumac, of course, another abundant staple here in the coastal sage scrub. And then that's the old fruit of spiny cucumber, Maura microcarpus. Alright, so now what I got to do is just work my way back down to that culvert. Get back down this. Just need to get to where the weedy plants are, and I should be good to go. So I'll go this way. Try to minimize how much bushwhacking I have to do. A. B. Just be careful. Working my way down this. So it's not overly difficult to get up here, but it'll be a little slow at times because of A, how steep it is, B, there is that element of some light bushwhacking and wading. Like I said, I just follow the paths of least resistance. There's my hill from earlier. Again, hill 820. So I'm gonna start coming down from this, and I'll keep you posted. Alright, so I'm back at the culvert. This is the culvert I'm going to follow to get back down. So I think I came down at a slightly different angle, but I know there are some old use trails. Just got to watch out for this prickly pear here so I don't end up getting jabbed. Okay, I think I remember passing this. I remember seeing that little prickly pear there, so I'm actually pretty close to where I left the culvert. Going down this is going to be kind of slow. This will be my trail to get back to the car. Well, I gotta get back to the road first, then hike back to the car. Now I gotta go down this slowly because there is some duff, some plant litter in the culvert that might make it a little slippery. So if you try anything crazy like I'm doing, just watch your step, especially on the way down. On the way up, it wasn't too bad. It might get slippery on the way down. Alright, so there's Paseo Montañoso. That's my trail, or that's where I get back and get back on the road. So yeah, what happens is when you get to the drainage culvert, you'll see it start off near that portion of the road. You'll see it split off into two. You'll see the drainage culvert split off into two. Take the one on your left when you're looking at it. Take the one on your left. That's the one that's going to go uphill. The other one's just going to follow behind the houses and do a little too close to private property. I don't think it'll lead you where you want to go anyways. So just follow the one on the left when you're looking at this side of the road from the road. Alright. Should be back in a few minutes. It's just going to be some slow walking here in the drainage. So at least I got to 2 of the summits I wanted to visit. 2's better than 0, let's put it that way. So I'm 2 for 3 today. Like the old Meatloaf song. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I always think of that whenever, 2 things out of 3. 2 things out of 3. I always think of the title of that song. Alright. So it's slow walking. Take your time. Don't rush it. It's steep. But if you're careful, you'll be fine. Alright. Pretty interesting. So there might be a couch up there, but I wasn't going to bushwhack past all the sumacs up there to get to it. I was on the high point, so I'm good. I'm good on that. That's fine with me. That must look so, it must be so weird to see some random person with a backpack on climbing up and down the hills, but I'm not the only one who does this crazy stuff. There's a whole legion of people, peatbagger, who do that. Alright. Just about back at Paseo Montañoso. Yeah, it's kind of funny when you're walking around, or you're driving and you see somebody just up some random hill. It is kind of funny, you gotta admit it. It is pretty funny to see that. It's kind of funny, you gotta admit. It's like, what's that crazy guy doing walking up that hill like that, or walking down that hill? What is wrong with him? Well, the way I look at it is, whoever it was out looking for a little adventure. Sometimes you'll find it. Sometimes you'll find it in the most random of places. Look at this acacia rhodolens. This is an old thicket right here. Look at those old stems. Prostrate wattle from Australia. Very commonly planted and now escaping into the wildlands, but these were probably planted here a long time ago. Those are old. What do we got here? Oh, is that a summer holly? Yeah, I think that's a summer holly, yeah. Yeah. What's the variant on it? Comerostaphylos diversifolia. Looks like subspecies planifolia, I think. The leaves are not very revolute on it. Yeah, I think that's subspecies planifolia. That's a summer holly. Pretty cool. Didn't notice that on the way up. Sometimes you notice things on the way down. Just making sure that wasn't a strawberry tree, Arbutus unato. Those are planted around here too. But no. And they're related too, by the way. Arbutus unato and our Arbutus menziesii, the Pacific madrone. They're both related to Comerostaphylos diversifolia. But yeah, some handsome holly oak and our native coast live oak, and these got acorns on them, like as I was pointing out earlier, which is great news. This one's got a lot of acorns on it, I can tell. Next month in November, it's gonna be 2 fun months for acorn lovers. Wow, beautiful hillside here. Look at that. Yep, Hill 921. At least I made it up there. But I'm pretty sure there is a way to get up to Soul Benchmark. Pretty sure there is. So I just got to find out, because I do want to hit that one day. I do want to hit that. I want to visit as many peaks as I can. Why? Well, I just love hitting peaks. What can I say? Just love visiting. Ooh, a western scrub. There's a western scrub jays. That's so cool. Western scrub jays are going crazy this morning. Yeah, look at that. Look at that beautiful hill. That's so beautiful. So, well, I made a 2-summit day today. I'll take it. And these holly oaks, look at that. Yeah, they got acorns developing. I love looking at acorns. Yep. I'm gonna have to try to start holly oak. I've never tried that one. I don't think that would be very hard to try from seed. There's an out of bounds place right there. Too bad. That looked like a fun little hiking spot. Alright. Ooh, sweet gum tree, liquid Abar styraciflua. Beautiful trees, always love those. Alright. Right there's gonna be my next turn right there to stay on. To get on Los Lobos. The pomegranate. Look at that. Very nice. Oh, look at those pygmy date palms. Ooh, buddy. Ooh, is that a little gem magnolia? Southern magnolia. I think it's a little gem cultivar that stays small and dwarf. Here's a pygmy date palm again, and its big cousin, the Canary Islands date palm. Are you serious? Look at this. That's a laurel sumac growing out of this date palm, and there's a coast live oak seedling up there growing out. That is weird. Alright, there's Avenida de los Lobos, and that'll be my final stretch. I'm not that far from my car. We're getting pretty close. There's a white alder tree right there in the center. Oh, cool. Yeah. A pygmy date palm. Pretty cool. Yep, white alder tree right there. Ooh, foxtail agave. Ooh, jacaranda. Well, this is gonna do it for me. I'm just about back in my car right now already. It's right there. Ooh, a southern magnolia. Regular Magnolia grandiflora. Very handsome tree. Very beautiful tree. Alright, well, thanks for watching my mini adventure today. Hope you enjoyed it, and catch you on the next venture. Thanks for watching.